Hello everybody and welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I am the OutbackAl.
I'm Yin&Jung.
I'm Chibi Noob.
I'm and Vegeta is clearly in another voice box.
I'm CheerandCosplay.
And I'm Kozi.
So good that you got your hand on some lozenges, Envy. Glad to have you at tip-top form. Just to be clear, everything that you said last time was exactly what you said last time, right?
Oh, clearly. I clearly wanted that big cock Brock.
It was Kuwagaman, but okay, yeah.
I thought there was Brock too.
Well, yes, he wanted that big hunk of man meat
Brock
Brock.
was dummy thick.
Ah, yes.
But what about that dummy, thick, big boss daddy Kuwagaman penis? Anyway, so yeah, last week Digimon beat Pokemon, and yeah, that was the end of our Monster Friends category for the Collect Them All tournament. We're moving on now to the Battle Toys category, and we got two new contenders this week with Bakugan, Battle Brawlers, and Battle B-Daman. I don't know anything about either of these. Anybody have any knowledge about these shows?
I went to a store the other day, and I saw a Bakugan for sale.
Okay.
Whoa.
I watched
In the wild.
Bakugan, and I had seen a few episodes of B-Daman, but I had no fucking clue what it actually was.
I had heard of Bakugan. I don't think I knew it was a show. But watching it unlock some latent memories, me and my brother definitely had a couple of those as kids. We either got them in Happy Meals or birthday party favors.
Yeah, definitely not Happy Meals.
Something like that. But we had a couple. I remember
Okay.
them being very stimmy. I
Ah,
like popping them in and out of their little spheres.
yeah, that seems like a fun thing to do. So, yeah, that's what we're Battle Toys and battle-y stuff. Let's just get into it. We'll start with Bakugan. What the fuck was Bakugan about? Because I'm a little... I was honestly a little lost at a certain point.
Yeah.
You got two different worlds. One where the kids are playing really fancy, battling with an interdimensional portal, and you got an alternate universe where it's a real life or death struggle, and somehow they combine into one somehow.
Yeah, we meet our main character. Fuck, what was his name?
Bakugan isn't gonna make a lot of sense.
Well,
No, it
okay.
made no sense.
What was
Yeah.
the main character's name? Dan or something?
Dan.
Dan.
Just
Musa.
Dan.
Dan.
Yeah, Dan and his friends. They're we find out from the intro sequence that Bakugan fell from the sky and they made a game out of it, and it's the best game ever. Cause yeah,
Except they don't know how to play it.
Okay,
No.
how did these children distribute this game?
that's a
my
great question. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of
have
questions
so
and not
many
a lot
questions.
of answers. But here's
Me
what we
too.
do know.
Me too.
Here's what we do know. Dan plays Bakugan, and he plays with
Uh-huh.
other people. And there's other people online that he's friends with that might want to jump his bones, but they shouldn't because he's a child. And they're children, and
also
it's very
children.
uncomfortable. Also, there's a Doom dimension and a
Uh-huh.
dimension
Of dragons.
of dragons.
It's the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, but also duel masters, because the different civilizations have alternate universes, and there's a skeleton dragon who went for the power of the silence or something, but it was too much. It got too quiet, and it's gonna destroy the... I feel like I've lost myself.
I feel that. I like songs.
They play... It's a card game, but not a card game, because it's a battle toy
card game with
cards. Marbles. And...
I thought they were
this
more
is
like
not going
dice.
well. This is not going well at all.
It's
No,
like
they're
Transformers,
like
but they
little
transform
balls.
into marbles instead of cars.
Yes, but
They're
one of
little
them...
marble transformers.
But
That's
one of
what they
them
are.
is alive. And is
Yeah,
a dragon.
it was like a card game and mixed with a battle toy, mixed with virtual reality. It's weird.
I don't know that anything's
doesn't
virtual
make
reality.
sense.
Hey, here's something. They can stop time. That's something they never bring up for some reason.
Okay, so that was one of the things when we were watching. I looked at Cece and I'm like, I hope you like this shot with the pigeons because they're going to use the fuck out of it.
The CG pigeons.
They love those CG pigeons.
A part of me wants to ask at this point if there's anything we've missed, but I also am like, I'm sure that we did, but I don't care entirely.
No, you gotta bring up Masquerade.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That guy, Super Saiyan hair with the weird ass glasses. He's the one with the Doom dimension.
He had the worst character design I've ever seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I'm really trying to save my criticism for the actual categories.
Yeah, his whole thing is he's going around throwing everyone's Bakugans into the Doom dimension
Yeah.
to destroy the world.
Yeah. Or
'Cause
something
apparently
thereof.
once it goes in that dimension, it's forever gone.
Yeah.
And don't you know, Dan, it's more than a game.
I
Yeah.
love
I
that
mean-
dramatic dragon though.
I mean, in all honesty, for the one main Bakugan, it really is more than a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone's saying that. Like, you had Shun, you had Masquerade, you had the Bakugan themselves, and Dan's still over there like, no, it's a fun card game I made with my friends.
He is insufferable. My God.
Should we? I feel like we're getting to criticism. Should we just
Okay,
get to
it's
these
hard not
categories
to.
and
Yes,
just do
just
it?
get to the categories.
Okay, cool. At the very least, I'm happy to see that I'm not the only person who had some problems with the show.
Oh,
No.
please. You would never have been the only person who have had problems with this. I mean, you watched it. I
did.
watched
I
it.
did watch it. I did watch it.
I did too, and I wasted my time.
We'll get there. We'll get to you, Chibi. We're starting with Cece. Cece, take us into
Oh
plot.
boy. Great. So, so this reminded me a lot of one of my all-time favorite books, Ender's Game. I know the author is problematic. I think a pedophile.
Oh,
I don't quite
Jesus.
remember.
Oh,
There was
not
something came out about
problematic.
him. He was a pedophile or anti-Semitic, something big.
Uh,
We don't like him,
homophobic.
but like,
Those are kind of on different spectrums, man.
Yeah, but still bad.
All
One of
bad.
those is a felony.
he was a bad dude, but that's still one of my favorite books of all time. Anyway, this kind of felt like the reverse of Ender's Game. Because spoilers for Ender's Game, it's about they're teaching this kid to play a video game, and then it turns out the game is real life. They're fighting a war virtually, but then it turns out like that's actually how they're controlling their pilots. And this is the opposite of that. Like, the Bakugan tell the kids, like, hey, this isn't a game. This is real life. My friends are literally dying when you lose. And he's just like, lol, I don't care. This is just a game. Just blatant denial. I kind of find that hilarious. That he has no concern for the other dimension. And also seeing him yelling at his little plastic dinosaur is hilarious.
That feels like a euphemism.
I think I'm going to give this a light yay. It might be mostly ironic, but
Yeah, they can definitely see those hand gestures.
like I said, but, which is a conjunction, and it ended.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give it a meh. The plot is kind of all over the place, and, you know, it's definitely because it's the first 3 episodes. It's trying to establish a bit of world building before any, like, actual plot. But, like, again, him and his friends made this game, but he still doesn't know how to play it.
Well,
He's
neither
still
do
like,
we.
what? I don't even know if in real life, like, they actually released cards, honestly. But, like, Dan and his friends are supposed to be, like, I know the opening says, like, all of the kids made it, but they're supposed to be, like, the head honchos of it.
Really?
And they don't know how to play the fucking game.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Dan and his, like, 6 friends or whatever built it.
No, in the intro sequence, it's like all of our friends, and it like
I don't know if
shows every like kid on the internet. Also, why are kids the only ones playing it? And they're always like, it's just a game, but time stops and you go into a different dimension. And you're like, no, that's a normal game to me. definitely what happens every time I play a tabletop.
Maybe it's like boxes and SpongeBob where you can create your own reality.
The first time the time stopped, Kozi looked at me and was like, "Oh no, I forgot to do my homework. Quick, open up the battlefield."
Honestly.
I need a nap.
Like, he was seriously, he's like, I forgot to do my homework. Challenge someone. Open your field card. Like, it would have so many practical applications. But yeah, like, there's just too much that they threw in there that they don't explain. And they expect you to just keep going to eventually understand it. And like, ugh.
You're asking a lot of children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, children probably wouldn't care. And like, a lot of this stuff, you could be like, yeah, I can see where this could potentially go. And it looks like it'll be a great storyline. But they needed to like pick a lane and stay in it until they established there was a road before branching out.
I think I got that metaphor.
It made sense.
Okay. Real quick.
Yes.
Just about Ender's Game. I don't know why. Have you guys ever seen the it's kind of, and this is an obscure Robin Williams movie called Toys? Because I'm pretty sure
I've heard of it.
I'm pretty sure that's
No.
the plot of Toys. Where like
That's the
he owns
second Robin Williams movie suggested to me this week.
Yeah, Robin Williams is like owns a toy factory. It gets bought by the military, and they want to make like drones because they went to an arcade and saw a bunch of kids playing like Desert Storm games. And I was like, what if we just got kids to pilot a bunch of drones for us for the military? And they all think it's a game. Like, I think that's literally the plot of that book, isn't it?
It sounds like something the US would do.
I mean,
My coworker turned to me this week and was like, "You should go watch 1 Hour Photo."
Oh,
I looked it up,
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
No,
They're like,
yeah.
"You would like it."
Yeah, check that one out. That's interesting. Yeah, my other thing is like, okay, I know this is never going to be answered, and they definitely didn't think about it. When they stop time, do they continue to age? Because this could have some, like, over time, with if you, like, do a bunch of battles a day, are you, like, a week older than everybody all of a sudden? Like, I know it would take a lot of battles, but since this is what the whole anime's about, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of battles. Like,
Less than you would think.
Okay. All right. I'm a nay here. This is like the first full nay I've given to something. I just hated this. I don't even know what. I probably have, but it's just like I think this is the first. I don't know.
It's a strong nay.
Something about this just did not gel with me in a good way. Like, it feels like, the plot just feels like it was written by a middle schooler who just, I don't know, watched too much Yu-Gi-Oh! And Beyblade and tried to combine both of them, but also make himself a Mary Sue. I don't know. He's not really a Mary Sue because he kind of sucks, but also he's got, I don't know, just something about him just screams middle school annoying, I don't want to read your fan fiction kind of something that I'm just like, I don't like this. Like, I feel like it's taken, and we've seen other shows steal plot points from other shows, but like, they at least did it in some original way, and this just feels like so unoriginal, so like just cobbled together from like, well, here's the other shows that people enjoy to sell stuff, you know, we'll have the cute, or not really cute, but like, we'll have the monster things from like your Pokemons and Digimons, and we'll have card game elements from like Yu-Gi-Oh! And we'll have the toys from like Beyblade and other things from this category, and I'm just like, you just put all these together just to put them together to try to sell something, and it is not working for me. How did you get 4 seasons out of this? And a revival?
Yeah.
I don't know how this happened, because this plot honestly just is the worst that I've seen in this entire tournament. I know I am being harsh. I don't know why I'm being this harsh. Cece, I'm happy you got some ironic, like, enjoyment out of this, but I honestly thought it was too, like, cringy for me to actually enjoy it ironically. I
did fall asleep for most of the second episode, though.
Well, hey, that probably helped.
Oh.
I won't get into characters yet, because that's a different category. I'm a nay. I did not enjoy this.
I felt kind of similarly. I definitely felt like I was reading a 13-year-old's just notebook fantasies. and I didn't like that very much. It's mostly for me the fact that this game doesn't make sense and I don't understand how the children created it or any of that or how they distributed it amongst themselves. It seems like he has friends online who don't live near him, and they also I don't know. It's just like it feels like nothing was set up very well. So I feel like thus the plot is kind of like confusing, and I was bothered by that. I just feel like it maybe needed more setup, but it also felt like there was a lot of setup that just was setting up. I don't know what. I don't know. It just like irritated me. I don't know. It's just there was nothing here that I really could connect to. I don't know. I felt similarly to Al, that it was just kind of cringy. I don't know. It didn't hold up to some plots that did something similar but did it better, so I'm gonna give it a light nay.
I am also in agreement with Al and Yin that this was just poorly executed. In that it made no sense. Like, they tried to establish, like, background in, like, the short intro, and I'm just like, I would have really liked to have seen the process of you kids making this game before we just jump headfirst into the deep end. Oh, by the way, the game doesn't make sense and they don't know how to play it because the main character is 12.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Because 12-year-olds come up with the best ideas.
Yeah, really.
Like this show.
So, I don't know, like, for me, and yeah, a lot of times plot for me is just all execution based and just how they go about doing it. This was just no. This was just no, and I feel like if we had, like, maybe dug a little deeper into, like, some of the core elements, like, that we have this game that consists of cards and also talking marble dragons, and then we have an alternate dimension where the marble dragons actually have dragon forms, and, like, you know, apparently there are other multi-dimensional universes. This was just too much. And, like, I feel like had they gone about it a different way and, like, tried to, like, really develop what was going on, I feel like it could have made more sense, but it would be way more drawn out. And I just don't think it meshed very well together. Nay.
Most of the issues I have with the plot are actually dealt with, are actually with the characters and the advertising. Because if you think about it, the plot is pretty much Dan's battling this one big doofus that can't beat him for 2.5 episodes. Then you have Masquerade that comes in and he wants to challenge Masquerade, and, you know, he gets his ass whooped predictably, and that's pretty much it for the 3 episodes. There's a slight build to the other dimension, and, you know, the battle with the whatever you call them, the Bakugan.
Yeah, the name of the show.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a setup more than anything else. Anything else I have with the plot, issue-wise, like I said, are technically in different categories. So I guess very light meh right now for me with plot.
We mentioned characters a little bit. Kozi, do you want to get into characters?
Okay, sure, you guys aren't gonna like this. I'm actually gonna give characters a yay.
Wow.
As annoying as Dan fucking is.
Very annoying.
He feels like a real 12-year-old.
That is so true.
He feels like a real 12-year-old. God damn it. They set him up very well characterization-wise. Especially because he's so annoying now, I feel like as he grows, you can kind of root for him to be like, yeah, stop being such a shitty fucking 12-year-old before someone punches you in the dick. Like, having Drago not fucking like him either, top tier. Love that for Drago. And, you know, just the whole part, like, at the very end of episode 3, where Dan was like, oh, you don't want to do things my way? Fine, I'm gonna throw you in the river. I hope you drown.
Can marbles drown?
I don't know. Like, that felt so very realistic. We haven't seen much of their friends, but I feel like you can kind of get a grasp on their personalities. Like, you know, Runo's gonna be like the annoying Soon one. Julie and Alice, they're like a toss-up about whether or not they're gonna be bimbos or not. Whatever that kid with the glasses, I never remember his name. He's gonna be like that annoying little nerdy sidekick type.
You mean Rakuda from Duel Masters?
Yeah, and then Shun's like the Seto Kaiba. Like, they at least established their character archetypes very well. So, like, I'm gonna give it a yay. Don't like Dan, but a character is a character.
God damn it, you're making me rethink my situation now. Because I was gonna straight up beat Nay. I didn't like anybody in this. But
Go with your gut.
Then you're like, well, they're doing a good job of portraying 12-year-old. I'm like, yeah, they are annoying. They are cringy as hell.
Would a 12-year-old also see Shun as annoying if they were watching the show?
We don't know who Shun is. He's been in like 2 seconds of the show.
Not Shun. Dan. Too many names.
I have
You
no
give me
idea.
6 characters.
Did we really?
I think at the age of 12, I still would have disliked Dan.
Yeah, I think
Not
I would
gonna
have
lie.
too.
All right, look. I will not give it a nay. I will give a light nay. Because I think you're right. Because, like, oh, hey, you did a great job of writing this realistic, annoying character. Problem is, still an annoying character. You know what? Here's why I'll give it a light. Yeah, there's a little light in the darkness here. You're right. Drago's fun. Drago, I think if more people were like Drago and really, like, worked with the melodrama of it, this would be far less cringy. I think this show takes itself too seriously for me to really, like, laugh at and enjoy it. But, like, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't strike. I'm heading into other categories. Anyway, yeah, Drago's nice. Everyone else pretty much sucks. Light nay.
Okay, I'm gonna give this a
Hang
full-on
on.
nay.
His mom's hot.
Okay, his mom is hot.
His mom's
Yes.
hot, does yoga the entire time. Gotcha. Good.
True. It's still a nay for me. I didn't like a single one of these goddamn people. Except maybe the dragon was funny at times. I got a good chuckle from how dramatic he was, and their breakup was very funny to me. Where he threw him in the water, and it's just like, bye! I was like, damn. Otherwise, I didn't really enjoy anyone. I didn't. His little friends, like Hatsune Miku and everyone, were like, alright. They were fine, but
They stole it from everything.
they're just there, and I don't know. Dan was annoying, and Masquerade was ridiculous and very cringy, and I didn't like a single thing about him. I know he was supposed to be the Kaiba or whatever of this. I have no idea, but I was not sold
not
on
Masquerade.
him. Was that?
Shun is supposed to be the Kaiba.
Okay, what's Masquerade supposed to be? I don't know.
I guess that would make him Pegasus.
I guess, but I was not as sold.
Dan's got way too much protagonist syndrome, and then Masquerade is that guy in middle school who thinks being the dark, mysterious type is going to get him all the chicks, and really he's just never going to talk to anyone ever.
Yeah, it's like you said about him being that guy from Psyche K who has a theme song and is purposefully cringy to be funny, you know?
But that guy's hilarious.
That guy's hilarious, but it's because, like, the show is aware that he's cringy and dumb. This show, like you said, is not aware. Its characters are cringy in a way that I think it is not aware of, and I don't like it. It's a nay.
Yeah, I'm also gonna give characters an A. I will say 12-year-old me. Honestly, because, like, this show came out in 2007. I was about 13 at the time. 13-year-old me, if I had tried watching this, would have been like, garbage. Turning it off. I want to go watch Death Note. And...
A person of taste.
Yes! Mostly just because, like, Dan Too many names.
Dan.
They
It's
give
Dan.
me 6 characters, most of whom we don't really get to meet.
Chibi, listen to me. Dan,
What?
Drago, Masquerade. That's it. Those are the only people who matter.
I get it.
What about Hatsune Miku?
Did she fucking matter?
Bruno.
She's a Zoom person. That's it.
She's on Zoom.
Yeah, no, like, at least a couple of them are on Zoom. I went looking through the character list. Julie's apparently from Las Vegas, and apparently
What?
Alice is from Moscow?
Oh,
Russia?
okay.
I had a
Yeah.
feeling they were all like from different countries, but like that's kind of funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't worry, they'll all meet up.
Uh-huh. I would have, like, characters are sometimes, like, what really make a show for me. It's like, they really make a good book. They make pretty much a good, sometimes a good piece of media is really dependent upon characters for me. And these were just not, granted they have their archetypes, but they're archetypes that I don't like. So I'm kind of just like, I'm just gonna give this a nay. 'Cause, yikes. The dragon was funny, but that's about it.
Now, I do have to ask,
What?
Chibi. You said you went and you looked up characters. Did you happen to spoil yourself on who Masquerade was?
Nope.
Okay.
What?
It was Dan's brother all along.
Does he have a secret identity?
He's wearing a mask. Of course he has a secret identity.
Yeah, if this doesn't move on, I'll tell you guys who it was.
Okay, I want to know.
Wait,
Because I feel like it was actually a really good character reveal.
hold on.
Everyone sabotaged it so we can know.
Hold on. Is it someone that we've actually met?
I can't tell you that.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm not going to spoil it.
We'll find out eventually.
Wait, have you actually seen this whole thing?
I have.
Holy
man.
shit. How are you alive?
Your endurance is strong.
It does get better. It does get better. It's not
Okay.
always this bad.
That's good to know.
I don't know what it is about.
You know what it is.
Well, no, I don't know what it is about shows shows about, stuff like this, selling shit. I don't know what it is about these types of shows where they either make the protagonist an idiot, an arrogant asshole, or someone who's just stale bread. And I feel
Well,
like,
in this case, all three.
well, yeah. I mean, it's not like Dan didn't have a personality. It's just, yeah, like, I almost got to give Naruto a bit of an apology because
Damn right you do.
because as much as I didn't like Naruto, at least he would help out people if they were in trouble. At least he helped Sakura and Sasuke out. Dan, he's just like, if it isn't Bakugan, bitch, I don't care about you. It's like it's like he doesn't even like. It's one thing that his whole life is surrounded by it, and he doesn't even he doesn't care about school, all that cliche stuff. But like, you're literally given evidence and testimony from a Bakugan saying, no, this is real life. In this universe, this alternate reality is real, and your actions have consequences. Bitch, please, I'm fine. And then that scene where he threw Drago in the river.
Shocked him.
That was both infuriating and unintentionally funny at the same time for me because, number one, it's just a dick move, and, it makes me an unlikable character even unlikable. But, like, imagine if you're just a random person walking by and you see this 12-year-old yelling at the top of his lungs to a toy. Like, and just throws it in the river. You're probably thinking, oh, geez, where's his mom? Is he off his medicine? Damn it. Like, to say I didn't like Dan would be an understatement. The toy itself was fine, I guess, and the other kids, they kind of didn't have any personality other than, your Zoom calls. But, yeah, it's a nay for me because, yeah, Dan just, he's what I hate about this type of genre of characters. Like, obviously you got exceptions like Yuki, who actually is a nice character, but yeah, it just feels like with these shows, the characters are basically, wow, I gotta be so invested and make this my entire personality to make sure kids out there want to buy it. So that way it could be your livelihood and make the publishers money.
Okay, so, just clarifying, Orson Scott Card is big major homophobe.
Oh,
That's not the worst of it.
So he's not in jail for pedophilia.
No. Not a criminal,
Just an
A
asshole.
shitty person.
just
Yes.
an asshole, yeah. And that doesn't really show up in Ender's Game specifically. In his other books, yes, but like Ender's Game, it doesn't. It's about children.
I mean, look at what's his name? The one that everyone, a Cthulhu guy. What's his name?
Lovecraft.
Lovecraft.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Lovecraft. Yeah, let me look at him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, but
pretty
he's been
bad.
dead for a while. And a lot of
At
people
least he's
taking
not
his
making
work
money
to
off of it.
kind of
Look
rework.
at Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that one too.
Dr.
He's also been
Seuss.
dead for a while.
Let's be real here. You go back a couple decades, everybody kind of sucks no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guarantee you,
Shelley.
in half a century, we're all gonna suck real
Oh,
bad.
for sure.
We probably already do, because we're watching shows like this one.
Oh, yeah.
But
Speaking
So what are
of
your thoughts?
everybody sucking, I don't think I liked a single character in this.
Wow.
Not even Drago! I'm sorry. Every time I'm gonna say his name, I have to say it like Rocky now.
It was, like I said before, it was kind of funny in a very twisted sense, seeing this kid be like, okay, I hear that my little game is killing your friends, but if you don't play the way I want to play, I will make sure you die too.
When you say it like that, it sounds like the plot of the Abridged series.
Okay, honestly, this would be so easy to make an abridged series out of.
Yeah, but
It
that would
really
require
would.
us to actually watch the rest of it.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it a light nay on characters. Which one was the thought in training? The Julie?
It's Julie.
We stand her.
Oh my god. Whew, okay.
Julie does not have a thought behind her eyes.
No
We love
thoughts
a
head
bimbo.
empty.
Okay, was that everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think I'm taking us into advertising.
Yes.
So, I wasn't feeling good about this going in, and you guys have kind of confirmed this to me more or less. I did not do the whole, like whenever we did, like, Card Fight Vanguard that I didn't know
Mhm.
about, and Build Divide that I didn't know about, I kind of went online to look up how to play them. I forgot to do that for Bakugan, because this week was not great for me, work-wise, and health-wise, just, well, it wasn't so bad. But, like, yeah, I just didn't do that. They don't explain the game at all.
No.
I think I generally got what they were doing. It's like you choose a marble monster, and then you choose a card, and if you fight on top of the card, you can use that card to enhance your monster, and there's other cards that can enhance. So it's basically just use the marble monster, and then use other cards to make them more powerful for individual fights, and then it's like best of 6 or something. That's at least what I got, and then I think they threw the rules out by episode 3. So,
Sounds about right.
yeah, inconsistent. I wasn't really sure what you. First off, you didn't explain it. You go about in your beginning saying like, "Oh, we made this game and it's the best game ever." Cool, prove it, and you didn't. It does seem like it could be a game developed by 12-year-olds, which is not an endorsement in any way. It seems simple enough and comprehensive enough, like just from what I think I gleaned from it. But then at the same time, they kind of throw the rules out because Drago can kind of do whatever he wants whenever he wants. So, and they don't explain why. So it makes me assume that that's not part of the game. And, you know, we're basically in that, what the fuck was that? I summoned Pot of Greed to take 2 cards, and then I also summon Pot of Greed, and then I play Pot of Greed. And, like, you know what that means? I get to play another Pot of Greed. And, like, I feel like it's like, that's not what it do. That's what it do, Kaiba.
You ever, you know the YouTube channel ProZD?
Yeah.
Probably. Did they do a
He
Yu-Gi-Oh
came
thing?
to
I
our
guarantee
home
they
convention
did.
a few years back.
He makes parody videos.
Oh,
of,
no,
like,
yeah, I do know him, yeah.
Of like card games that or games in general that have complicated ass rules. It feels like one of those skits.
Yeah, no, it was like a
Okay,
VR chat thing or something, I think.
Really quick before we
Go for it.
move on to everyone else, does everyone actually want to know
I
how
wasn't-
you're supposed to play with these?
Yeah, tell them after I'm done, because okay, I'm just gonna finish my thought. It's a light nay here. I think some of the monster elements look kind of cool and could be interesting, but at the same time, I have no idea how to play this. You're not explaining how to play it, and what I've gleaned from it is clearly wrong because you're throwing out the rules anyway. So I'm kind of like, plus they suck when they're playing it. Dan, how do you invent a game and you're not in the top 10?
Yeah,
You're down.
He's what, like
You're not even top
120th
100
or something.
He's not even top 100. You invented the game? Like, at the very least in Yu-Gi-Oh! When Pegasus invented the game, he was the best at the game. You know? Like, and it feels like that's where you're supposed to be drawing a lot of this inspiration from. Anyway, I'm done. Tell me how to play Bakugan.
Okay. So, when you buy a Bakugan, it comes in a package with its card.
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing against someone else, you each choose 3, and you have to have the cards for them. And you
Okay.
throw them out. And then the first part of it is whether or not the Bakugans even open and stand up.
Wait,
So if
do
you
they
throw
come
them
in
out-
a marble?
So you have to
Yeah.
gamble as to whether your favorite
So if you throw your Bakugans out and neither one of them opens, you just keep going until either they both do or one of them does. If your opponent's opens and yours doesn't, they automatically win that round. And then
What?
you move on to your second set of Bakugans. If they both open and stand, they do have to stand when they pop open. You take the power value on the cards, and whoever has more wins. So you don't know what your opponent's going to use in regards to, like, your Bakugan, because you set the order ahead of time. And you don't even know if yours is going to open.
This is the most complicated form of coin flip the anime I've ever heard of.
That's so funny.
Apparently there is an actual card game that has different rules, but
There is.
battle toys are what we're focusing on.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give this a name. I don't really like the whole marble thing. I think it's kind of dumb. I think the character, like the Bakugan, looked kind of generic to me. I didn't really see any that interested me very much. I don't know. I guess I liked the dragon well enough, but it's almost like the show wants me to dislike the game because they're like, "Oh no, you're hurting us," and it just makes me like think deep thoughts about the Bakugan. And it's almost like I don't want to play this game. I don't know. It's just like it almost puts me off of it because it feels like this is almost like a bad thing. I don't know.
It's like we all have those like back of our mind thoughts about Pokemon, but this one is like, no,
This
think
one
about
puts
it
it
in the
front
front
and
of
center.
your thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this. So I don't feel like it did a good job of being like, yeah, this game's fun. Instead, it's like, oh, this game is killing the Bakugan. I don't know. I could see that being an interesting, like, satire of Pokemon or something, but they didn't lean into it enough to be a satire of things like Pokemon. I don't know. They didn't do it right. Because I don't feel like they were trying to do it, but they did it. So, I don't know. It just messes up the advertising for me. And, the game made very little sense to me for the same reasons that you guys described, that Al described. Basically, like, I don't know what the rules are, and it feels like the dragon can just do whatever he wants. I thought the part where it looked like the knight was, like, wanting some fuck was kind of funny. He was, like, straddling the dragon. We got a good chuckle out of that. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That is fun.
And then he Uno reversed him because he was a power bottom.
Yeah. good sex scene. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, wood bang.
10 out of 10 would bang.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about right now.
It was at the end of episode 3, the Water Knight, and he jumped on top of the dragon.
He was like full on straddling the dragon.
And they were squirming, and I'm like, okay, this is turning into a very different anime.
It looked like they were humping, let's say that.
I'm like, I don't know that I'm into this, but I am gonna keep watching.
It was the most significant thing that happened in that battle. That's all I can say. So,
and just to be clear, before that, 5 creatures died. And that was the most interesting part.
Exactly. So yeah, that's kind of my feelings on it. Most interesting part was the dragon fucking nay.
This
is a kid's show, by the way. Let's be clear. This is a kid's show.
It is. It is a kid's show. Also a nay for advertising. Granted, the little marble dudes, I can understand why a child would probably want some of those. But the thing is that I feel if you're going to try to persuade me to try to buy the little marble dude in his card, I would actually, like to be able to know how to play it a little bit. So show me how to play the game in your fucking show. But apparently, that's not what you're gonna do. You're just gonna have Dan scream the entire fucking time and not tell me how to play the damn game! And be your turn.
Yeah, I mean, the designs of the Bakugan look cool, I guess, but yeah, this was easily, out of all the shows I've seen, the one where they explained the show the least, the least comprehensive. Yeah, because I had no idea what the fuck was going on at a certain point. I'm just like, okay, I'm just rolling with it. Somehow he wins. Yeah, so it's a nay. A light nay, because again, this always looked kind of cool, but yeah, light nay.
I'm having a bit of trouble with them. With this one, I think I'm also going to give it a nay. Because I don't think the show was a good advertisement. Like I said, these things are great fidget toys. It's so much fun just pop them in and out of their little marble. And the game Kozi described sounds fun. I want to just throw marbles and see if they can pop open on their own. But I did not get any of that out of the show. I think it would work better in reverse. If I was already into the toys, then I would like to watch the show and be like, oh, okay, this is what they actually look like. But didn't sell it for me the way they tried to.
Okay, I have to be a yay here because I did actually buy Bakugans. I played with Bakugans. You guys keep calling them, they're D20s or D100s. They're like dice more than marbles.
A D100 is a marble.
It is not a marble.
It's easier to say marble than a dodecahedron.
And, maybe it was the little D&D dice gremlin in me, but I really liked collecting them, and I also really enjoyed seeing how they made the actual, toy component itself, work as a monster coming out of the sphere. The amount of engineering that went into these things is insane. Because there are straight up things that should not fucking work to fit it into a spherical shape, but they fucking did it. But I feel like the toy itself, it is simple enough, and then the designs in the show are cool enough that this is very marketable to children. And you guys are talking about oh, I don't know how it survived, because it was really good at marketing itself. I think it's still going. So they obviously did something right. This is very much a franchise that's still alive and thriving.
Okay. Why don't we talk production? Yin, you want to take us into that?
I feel like the production was pretty... Well, was this the one with the pigeons?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that was bad. The weird CGI pigeons were pretty bad. I'm not gonna base all of my judgment on that. The theme song, I remember it being pretty bad. Like, I don't know why, but it was just a badly done song, in my opinion. I can't even describe what it is about it, but I can't even remember what it sounds like, but I know when I heard it, I just didn't like it. But everything else was fine, you know? Like, I felt like it was pretty competent. Like, I don't remember having any big problems with the animation aside from those pigeons. And I think the character designs are alright, you know? Some of them look kind of goofy and stuff, but in the same way that any of the characters we've seen look. You know, the Bakugan are fine. They don't really stick out to me as super interesting looking, but they're fine. They're not poorly designed. I'd just give it a meh overall in production.
Yeah, I'll also give it a meh. Was not a fan of the theme song. Animation-wise, I thought it was pretty okay. The only real bad thing I have to say about it is, what the fuck is Dan's outfit?
It's very 2000s.
Anime.
He's having a
Anime
good time.
protagonist.
I understand that, but man, those pants were very loud.
He looked like he was in Digimon.
He did.
He looks like the worst Digimon protagonist.
Yes. But yeah, I'm like, this is something. Okay. Well, we know his mom didn't dress him. Because I don't think that was the outfit she would choose.
She would choose some yoga pants.
Yes.
They'd be comfy.
Yes, she would have. But yeah, overall, meh. That's my thoughts on production.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I guess I'll give it a light yay because the animation wasn't that bad, and yeah, the battles themselves were kind of cool. I suppose. I'll be completely honest. I really didn't pay much attention to the pigeons, so I'll take your word for it. But everything was kind of just competent. I guess that's the good word for it. So it's a light yay for me.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with Envy on this one. Give it a light yay. I had no real issues with it.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with Chibi and Yin on one point. That opening fucking slapped. I don't know if you're thinking of B-Damans, but
I didn't like either of them.
No, they're both bad.
We'll get to beat him on when we get to beat him on.
two worlds collide on the inside.
I thought it sucked. Not gonna lie.
But animation-wise, I would actually say it definitely feels like a very poorly done 2000s anime. They reused a lot of stuff was janky, and like I would be more inclined to like the opening more if it did not open every single time with the fucking little soliloquy Dan gives about me and my friends made this game. Like, okay, I get it. It was for a weekly format. But, like, it was so annoying to listen to that at the start of every episode. Like, just give me the opening. But, like, yeah, the characters, they're over the top. But that was 2000s, baby! We all really thought we were the main characters. Like, that, not quite to the extent of Dan, but, like, that is kind of how we all dressed.
I really
I
hated
did not.
how
I
he'd
did
be
not
like,
at all.
there's me, there's Julie, there's my other friend, there's this other friend, and there he is, the big man himself, the best player in the world. What's his face?
Shoot.
Why did he hype him up so much? Everybody else just got their name.
Oh, you know that
Because he
they're
hates
gonna be
him.
the no.
But he loves him.
Yeah.
But
This
he
is
hates him.
Come on, this is
They're-
a fan fiction. You know
They're
it.
the rival ship.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think it had a lot of issues production-wise, but it did manage to do, like, a couple things right, so it equals itself out into just neither amazing nor super shitty.
I'm kind of a meh here too. It doesn't do anything particularly great, doesn't do anything particularly bad. I can't agree with you about that theme song. I swear, that theme song was written by the same 13-year-old who came up with the plot, and then he sang it. That's
True.
It almost gives me into Nay territory, but I'm like, you know what? Whatever. It's fine. It's just, yeah. It just feels very uninspired, is the main thing. It just, like every other part of it, even the way it looks just feels like it was copied off of another show that did it better. Maybe I'm more of a nay here than I thought. I don't know. I'm gonna switch it to a light nay, actually. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I was the last person. Chibi, why don't you take us into final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Final thoughts are nay. Didn't like the plot. Didn't like the characters. Like, I don't know how to play your game. And I don't really think that, like, 12-year-old me watching the show would have liked to have played the game anyway. And mediocre production. Overall, just bad. Next.
I'm kind of the same way. I didn't really care for Dan as the main character. I thought the game itself, they didn't really explain it that well. And yeah, I was just kind of ambivalent to everything else. So yeah, I really wouldn't want to watch any more of the show. Maybe see what one of the toys look like in real life, because I only saw it in its case form at the store. So yeah, it's a nay for me.
I'll give it a meh, I think. I didn't hate it. I kind of want to watch it to see how many more monsters this kid kills before he, like, gains a conscience. Also, I kind of want to go get the toys now. I think my cats would enjoy them.
Cats might choke on them.
them. I'm gonna keep them in my pocket and just, like, be popping them at work.
They're too big to fit in the cat's mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. They thought that one through.
Yeah. So, like, size-wise, it is much more D100 than Marvel.
That's good to know.
I'm actually a yay, and this is probably really influenced by the fact that I know it gets better, and they also, like, as the show goes, they don't focus on Dan as much, because as much as he's the protagonist right now, it really is about every single one of those kids. We just haven't met them yet. But yeah, I know it gets better plot-wise and character-wise. And again, the masquerade reveal was so good. We would never get there, but it's good.
It was Dan's mom the whole time.
It was the pudding.
It was the pudding! Kozi, I gotta tell you, I really empathize with you here. Last week was a great week for me, because when I was in elementary school, I was literally the only kid who liked Digimon. And I really feel like you're in my position back then now. I do not like this. I am nay. I'm sorry about that.
It's not that I, like, overall like it. It's just, I know it's not what these first 3 episodes are.
Well, that's what these 3 episodes are, what these 3 episodes are, unfortunately. I gotta be real with you here. So, back when Pokemon first started coming out, there was a whole bunch of people, like, who made jokes about the tropes in it, and, like, like, the some of the goofier elements, and that they were clearly trying to, like, force a product on you and, like, buy it. Like, there's a South Park episode that's perfect about Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yes. So good. But what I always found was that Pokemon actually was a lot better of a show than what those people parodying it gave it credit for. This is not. This is the show that they were talking about. And they were talking about it decades before it came out. About 1 decade before it came out. I do not want to watch more of this. I'm sorry. I don't even care who Masquerade is. He just seems like a fuckweed. Oh my god. Is it the short one?
I'm not telling you guys
They both wear
until
glasses.
this episode is over.
They both wear glasses. They're both blonde. They both wear white. I guarantee you Blondie uses the light civilization thing because he's color-coded that way, and then he
No,
uses
he's
the
water.
dark one to then, switch it up. I don't know.
No. They literally show you what they are. Julie's Terra, Runo's light, Alice's light, Shun is wind, and
The
the
kid who
blonde
wears
kid
black
is
isn't
water.
darkness?
Oh
Huh?
wait. It's in the backgrounds
Yeah.
of their things.
Okay.
Because like Runo and Alice both have the little sparkles.
You know what?
And
Maybe I
Julie's
should
is
have.
just like a rock background.
Maybe I should have given production a little more credit because they predicted Zoom taking over long before anyone else did.
That's true.
Maybe I should bring them
we
up to
had
me.
Skype
No.
back then, didn't we?
You know what? That's a good point. Still a light nay for production and a nay for final thoughts. Who's after me?
Me.
Yeah.
I think most everyone has said how I feel about this. It's a nay for me. There wasn't much that appealed to me at all, and I think a lot of it was just a more poorly done version of other shows we've seen that just did it better. And I don't know. Judging by just these 3 episodes, I can't imagine wanting to see more, but maybe it does get better, but from what I've seen, it's just kind of a nay.
I think that's everybody. Any other things to say about Bakugan before we move on? I will take that resounding silence as a no. We move on now to its contender, Battle B-Daman. 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 Something like that. Mouth sounds. That's what it is. So what is Battle B-Daman about? It's about I hazard to say post-apocalyptic Western wasteland? Maybe? Where
Something like that.
yeah,
This
where
was
the
not a
world
good week for plot.
Yeah, it's a weird week, man. Yeah, we live in a wasteland where marble shooters are king, and we meet a kid, a 6-year-old, who for the first 5 years of his life, he was raised by cats.
Yeah.
He's not a kid, he's a cat.
But hey, now he's got a hot stepmom, so that seems to be the
I
theme of
guess.
this week: hot moms.
Oh boy.
I'm down for that theme. So yeah, we got Cat Kid and Sleepy Kid, but also the Prairie Wizard Kid, who all want the mighty Kobold Blade, which I thought was a Critical Role reference, and then I realized no, it's not. And then
there's another dimension again.
wait, what? Oh, right, the narrator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what was
Yeah, because
that?
the cats were praying to her for Cobalt Blade to get a strong wielder.
Okay. I think I missed that.
What the
Oh.
fuck was that?
I don't know. Oh, right, the cat who made the thing.
Oh, the cat with the voice.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were all praying to that gelatinous
Yeah.
woman.
The
Yeah.
Beta,
Gelatinous.
the Beta spirit. This is actually kind of like Digimon, where they just add Digi to whatever is going on. Instead, they add Beta to whatever is going on. Anyway, everybody wants this Beta battle, Betamon. Beta, and it's because it's the best Betamon. And so he battled. The boy, the Yamato Delgado, he done better beat him out. And he starts shooting to beat him out, but he's not good at the beat him out. But he can't beat nobody with that beat him out.
Do I have to grab the holy water? Are you speaking in tongues?
But if he get better at the beat him out, he be the champion. He be the
The
best.
power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels
No,
you.
I think that
you
is
don't
the
need no
perfect
holy
way to
water to be
describe
the
the
best.
show.
Yeah, I'm describing the
Honestly,
show.
that sounds like the cat kid. That literally just sounded like the cat kid.
Dude,
That
the
is
cat
the
kid
correct
is
vibes.
what's his name from Bungo Stray Dogs? I thought.
Yeah, he's Octagawa.
My god.
The voice actor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
think, but it is.
Yeah. Prairie Wizard is Kakashi, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that either.
You know what's interesting? Poncho Kid, the sleepy one, is Izzy from Digimon. And his mom is Mimi from Digimon. So we're getting a couple of voice actors just coming back and back and back. Yeah. So he's being the guy who got the B-Daman, and they go climb a mountain and fight in the wind. And, you know, one kid has split personalities, so that's a thing. And then they go to an arena for battling with the B-Damans. And they meet a crow. They beat a crow.
Don't start that again.
Sorry.
No.
And there's also a Team Rocket led by a cat this time. Instead of the cat being the mascot, he's the leader. And they have two 6-year-old... Well, everyone's a 6-year-old in this universe, I guess. But they battle a crow. And he... Does he beat the crow? I think I blacked out. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough week on so many levels.
These were not the two to watch this week for an already rough week.
Whoo, boy. Was that it?
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sums it
Jesse
up.
and James are on their way to fight the Beta Battles. I don't know.
In 50,000 years, when humanity is at the brink of extinction, I hope this recording is the last piece of evidence we have of our survival. Beat a bottle, beat a bottle, beat a bottle, beat a bottle.
No. I hope in 50,000 years when we're on the brink of extinction, I hope the Beat-em-up is the thing that is going to save us. Everything will be settled by overpowered marble shooters.
Okay.
Who's
All
up?
right.
Plot?
I think Envy's up for plot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gather your beta thoughts.
I'm trying to. It's
Beat 'em on.
I didn't hate it like the other one. It was interesting, I guess. Like it was. I mean, it's got its own unique setting. I mean, who'd have thought, shooting marbles at a target would decide the fate of the world in a weird Wild West setting. Yeah, I mean, the setup is there. I mean, I guess the main character, Yamato's kind of like the chosen one in a way, where he gets the all-powerful relic. In this case, the whatever you call it. So, I mean, it's...
Cobalt Blade.
Cobalt Blade, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a okay setup, so I guess it's a light yay for me.
CC blue screened.
I said beta too much.
I beat a blue screened.
What happens if I say Bubba Beetlejuice 3 times?
Beta juice.
Beetlejuice. Oh no!
I think Beetlejuice is close enough. They're like, that's Beetlejuice in a southern twang.
Oh, Beetlejuice. I guarantee you there is like an energy drink in this universe called Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is too much going into production, but this show was super, overstimulating. Everything was so loud and colorful and bright, and they talked so fast. But it was kind of fun. It was definitely a fun show to watch, even if it was completely insane and kind of hurt my brain. I guess I'll give it a light yay. I feel like I could drop it anywhere on the spectrum, I think. It depends on my mood.
Anywhere from yay to nay.
Yeah. I think it just depends on the kind of day I've been having.
I think I'm gonna go with, like, a light nay for this. I think it also had plot that was kind of all over the place, with bouncing back and forth between the narrator and then the beta world, and then you're with Yamato, and then you're with other characters who you don't know who they are, and they're like, haha, I'm gonna kick his ass. And you're just like, but why? And it's like, marbles? Why can marbles now shoot down buildings?
Why not?
Also, like, the game itself doesn't make any sense. Like, fucking, during his first battle with that witch kid, where he's like, oh my gosh, I can't dodge it. Just move the thing to the left, kid. Just move it a little bit. You are in control. I was just, it doesn't make any sense and it hurts my brain. So I'm a late nay.
I'm kind of a light yay here, honestly. I think I figured out what this show is. Like, we're all trying to figure out, like, what is a post-apocalyptic wasteland with marbles? But you know what this is? This is a fucking Rugrats episode. Like, did you guys remember the one where they, like, go to the playground and it's the Wild West or whatever, and their six shooters are, like, their bottles or whatever? That's what this is. They just have marble shooters. Like, it's goofy as hell, and it's like, this is stupid as fuck. We can all agree on that, I think.
It is.
Yes.
But god damn it if I wasn't enjoying it. You know what? I'm a light yay.
This was an experience. I think I'm gonna say meh. I have mixed emotions about it, and some of them are okay, and some of them are bad. And I'm not quite sure. I think the narration was weird. I think the shooter things, I don't know what was going on there. I felt similarly to Kozi. I was confused of how this operates and why. And the world was fine. I think it was an interesting setting. Like, you don't see it very often, so I was slightly intrigued by the world. It wasn't just, a city where kids are, like most of the others. So I was interested in that, but, I mean, if you take away the setting, what's left of this show, I think that was the most interesting thing about it, to be honest. But that's not really the plot anyway, so it's like, meh.
See, oh god. I got so caught up with laughing. My thoughts on this are like, it's just a little too much of everything all at once. Like Cece said, it's like overstimulating, and I was having such a hard time following the plot. The only thing that I really got out of it is that Yamada was raised by cats.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yes, cat boy protagonist was raised by cats. And that's all I got was cats. Because everything else was just happening too fast. And I see the marble shooters, I'm like, what? I'm like, what kind of game is this? Are we just shooting marbles at each other? Is there actually a game? Like, are there
I was
rules?
looking into it. There are like 8 or 12 different games. We only saw 1 or 2, I think.
I was so confused.
Did
Like,
we see
this
1 or
is-
2?
We saw 2. There was,
Okay.
like, the direct hit and then the shield one.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Did you go back and rewatch? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I know this is more on advertising, but I really want to know how the toys in real life work.
Yeah.
Is it like a spring or is it like a suction thing? Like, is it a soft toy?
It's gotta be.
But yeah, so I don't really know what to do with this. Because, like, I didn't really feel like, oh, I hate this. But I also wasn't like, oh, this is fun. I was just very confused overall with plot. So I think I'm just gonna give it a light nay.
Sounds of confusion.
Confused noises.
Yes.
Alright, Cece, I think you're taking us into characters.
Mike picked that up.
No.
They're just noise. And one of them is shaped like a cat. And one of them's a gelatinous woman.
The best kind.
I don't know if she's actually gelatinous. She just reminds me of Jelly Man from Bobobo.
I'm gonna say yay. I like cats, and I really like the phrase gelatinous woman.
I just want to see you turn into a gelatinous woman. Okay, I'm gonna give this a full hard nay. First, this one's just like a minor, like, I didn't like it. Why the fuck does he not have a nose?
I don't know.
But, the real thing about the characters is they are racist caricatures. Like, half of them. And I don't like that, so.
Oh, damn.
Like, the gelatinous woman leans into, like, the mammy kind of archetype. The two, actually, the entire evil guys, like, they're, like, evil Chinese people, like.
Yeah, definitely they looked so weird.
It was not cute or funny. It was just actually a little bit offensive. So, no, fuck those characters. But also, why did he not have a nose? Everyone else had one!
I feel like that's a production problem. The cats took his nose.
It's because he's a cat.
The cats had noses!
Wait, I got it. He's like one of those, like, super purebred Persians with such a flat face that his nose is gone.
Oh, he's smushed!
Yes, he's a smush-faced cat. I don't know. Yeah, this was, again, I can't believe, like, this is just gonna be my argument for everything, is this was stupid as hell, but I enjoyed it. Like, yeah, I feel like too much of these characters are probably gonna get annoying, but they were weird and dumb enough that I was just like, you know what, fine. Okay. I'm getting a laugh here and there. That's kind of fun. I don't know, kind of a light yay. I wish I had more to say. I feel like I've usually talked so much more on these categories. I have nothing.
What is there to say?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with these characters are fucking stupid, but I'm gonna give it a nay for that. There was nothing there for me, and I found most of them terribly annoying, and I mean, the little bundled kid was annoying as hell after a while. The cat kid was just like, I don't know, too much caffeine, and yeah, the villains were cat fiend, whatever you want to say. Yeah, the villains were like, we lived basically what Kozi said, just kind of racist, and yeah, I agree with what Kozi said about the stereotypes. It was a little much for all of them. I don't know. There is nothing to connect to here. I didn't enjoy it. It's a nay.
Yeah, I'm also giving this a nay for characters. I did not like any of them. That's all I have to say. Next.
I'm gonna give this a meh because I actually didn't mind the main character, unlike Bakugan. So I like the mom. I like the one sidekick. Yeah, nothing.
Sleepy or Prairie Wizard?
Uh,
Prairie Wizard.
Does he count as a sidekick?
I mean, he's part of the
He's
team.
like the mentor, right? Is he kind of a mentor?
He's part of the team, and he's not the main character. That makes you a sidekick.
so yeah, it's a meh for me.
Okay. Kozi, I think
Advertising?
you're taking us into advertising. Hit it.
I don't think it worked for me. I don't understand what the game is supposed to be. I don't see the appeal of having like a little marble shooter and you guys just like sitting there like it's a foosball table, I think. But I want to get a toy just to see what it's made out of and how it works. Like, I want to know if it's like a little spring thing you use to shoot it. Like, does it actually even shoot anything? Did anyone look up what these toys were?
I did.
I may Google them now.
I did. It's a little button in the back. You load a magazine full of the marbles, and you push like a spring-loaded button in the back, and it shoots out the front.
You mean bead balls?
Okay,
Yeah.
see, I don't like that. I think it would be more fun if it was like a little squishy thing where you squeezed it really hard and it shot the marble. But also, like, is this just a souped up, like, version of actual marbles? Like, okay, someone said there are like 8 types of games, yeah?
I think they showed
So-
3 in this.
Like, the things like the direct hit game, like, that feels like just marbles. Right? Did anyone actually play marbles?
Okay, so when you play marbles, you put marbles in the middle of a circle and shoot the marbles, and you have to shoot them out of the circle, and then you collect those marbles to then use to keep shooting, and you basically go until one person runs out of marbles. With this, it's like you hit your opponent, and they lose.
Yeah.
So normal marbles is like reverse bocce.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't want to give it, like, a nay, but also, like, I don't fucking understand, and they looked like little rip-off Gundams, I'm gonna fucking say it.
No, they do. They do.
And maybe this is just Gundam SD having me fucking traumatized, but I was, like, viscerally, like, no. Fuck. Fine. Like, nay.
I'm a light yay here. I agree with you about the Gundam comment. That is absolutely true. I think this is what should have been Gundam Build Fighters. Let's be real here. But here's the thing. I think this is a light yay. Like, it's not perfect, but at the very least, each episode, they do kind of explain what the rules of the game are. So I gotta give you points for that. Is it the most interesting game? I don't know, the direct hit battle, maybe. The other ones where it's like, shoot between the lines, or shoot the thing for bowling. I could just go bowling. It's, it's a little, I don't know what these other 5 games are, so kind of whatever. I think the only reason that this probably never got big in America is because we already had Crossfire. Do you guys remember that game? Or at least the commercial for Crossfire?
No.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna have to show you guys later. But like, yeah, it just seems like Crossfire with some model building maybe attached to it. So I'm like, okay. Alright. Yeah. Not a perfect yay, but I'll give it a light yay.
This was a nay for me. I think at first I didn't even understand what I was supposed to be being advertised about. I think I wasn't sure what the game was. I don't know. I was confused. And now looking at it, I still have no interest in the game. And I don't know that it would appeal to that many people, and I'm not sure that the show did a good job of making it. I don't know. They were shooting stuff. I don't know. It didn't give me anything, really. I'm honestly just gonna give it an A.
Yeah, I will also kind of give it an A. Granted, I understand, like, giving it, like, different types of games, like, makes it a little bit more interesting because you can dictate which variation you're gonna play, and that'll, like, dictate how you play. But I'm just like, why are we playing with marble shooters? Like, I don't understand. And I think I was just so confused trying to watch it. Granted, I was watching this like after work and it was already late, so I was not exactly doing myself a big favor, but yeah, no, none of it stuck. It's very confused. I don't think younger me would have wanted to play this game or watch any of it, even if, like, you know, I had seen the show, so nay. Also, when I was watching the thing, I don't know, did this premiere in the US?
As an English dub.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I think
It did. It premiered on Jetix.
Okay, I was wondering because the version that I watched, it was from YTV, which that is a Canadian station.
I think that's where I found the Bakugans.
No, the one we were watching was definitely Jetix.
Okay.
I do think that it tells you how to play the game better than Bakugan. I while it in the show you can maybe say one way or the other if it makes you want to buy the marble shooters itself. I know that if I would have found out about those things as a kid, it would have been a dangerous combination for me to get one of those because I'd be shooting them all over my house and I'd probably break something. So there's that. So yeah, I'll give it a meh.
Okay, so kind of like piggybacking off of, like, it would be dangerous. What the fuck is stopping these people from just shooting and killing each other with the B-Damans?
The honor
We've seen
system.
they can take things out.
Kozi.
Like,
The honor
No.
system.
no, that little blue-haired kid was running around shooting shit.
Kozi. The honor system.
Compassion. You know that thing that Dan did not have?
And the villains do in this one?
Also, it's Rugrats. Ultimately, nothing is deadly. Just inconvenient.
Like, I can understand, like, the guys who want his beat-em-on, but, like, they went out of their way to show, like, villains use violence. The bipolar kid was like, I'm gonna shoot down your bakery. It was bakery, right?
I think it was a cafe.
Cafe.
A cat cafe. Without cats. But with cats.
If these marbles are so powerful, what the fuck is stopping them from, like... How is this not a lawless society, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
How do you know it isn't a lawless society?
I mean,
it
the
maybe
whole backdrop
It's the Wild
kind of
West.
insinuates it is. The Wild
I don't know,
West.
it feels like a toy that's very much like, you'll take your eye out, Ralphie!
Cool, I'm giving this a yay. It's projectiles.
You know
Hey.
aerospace engineering. You know projectiles.
More than that, time for oversharing with Cece again. I grew up in Gunland.
Oh yeah, that's right, you did.
I lived in Texas for almost my entire elementary school career.
4 years.
It was 6 years, so I guess
Okay.
before.
Do we count kindergarten?
I count kindergarten.
Okay.
Wouldn't that only make it 5 years?
Yeah,
No.
but we moved there when I was 3.
5.
Oh,
I moved
sorry.
there 2 years before kindergarten.
Sorry. In New York, the states the schools are all split into 4s.
See, that makes more sense when you think about
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
does.
But, we're not there in Senseland.
Nope.
No. We're in Gunland.
We kind of still are a little bit.
Like, I like Nerf guns. My dad had the coolest board game that my brother and I used to destroy the house called Weapons and Warriors.
Oh god, I'm
I
looking that
don't
up.
think they could sell this game now, but basically you built a little plastic castle and you set up all these little dudes on it, and then you had like trebuchets and cannons and you shot marbles. And it
Oh
would
my
like
God.
hit certain parts of the castle and they would like explode. And the point was to like knock all of their soldiers over.
Oh, you have to buy like actual like sets with B-Daman?
Yeah. I found Weapons and Warriors on eBay. It varies in price. We can get it for like $40.
Okay,
Ooh,
So good.
play it.
It's like Mousetrap, but violenter.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to bring those into the home because those are definitely small enough for the cats to eat.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's valid.
I think they have a new
I was-
version called Catapult Feud.
Oh.
Ooh. Are we talking about Beat-em-on?
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of hoping they would be like bigger and squishy.
Oh, you could put a fucking like a little
You
like
could
a
put some
gotcha
fucking-
machine. You could put like a little gotcha machine on the back to like load them with the marbles.
It's a magazine.
Yeah.
You can load them up. Turn your Beat-em-on into an AR.
Bit of a stretch, but okay. This is at best a Glock.
Anyway, yay for me. I want these. I will not get them because
Yay,
it is
guns.
a choking hazard for my cats. But yay guns.
Oh, on the toys it says Battle Online. Free
Wait,
Beat-em-on app.
what?
It's an
Now
app
we're
now.
talking.
They know
There's
how
one-
to move into the 2020s.
If there's one thing we all can agree on, it's virtual violence. I think I'm leading us into production. This is a meh for me. It's fine. I got no, like, there's nothing here that I'm like, yeah, that's awesome, and also nothing that I'm like, oh, that sucks. It's just kind of one of those middle of the road kind of like, you look like you were made a while ago. I think the dub actors did pretty good. I thought it was fun. The opening's kind of but whatever. I don't know. Meh. I have so fucking little to say about this show.
Ahem. This is some of the ugliest shit I've ever seen. I hated everything about these character designs. I'm sorry. They were so ugly. This art style was so ugly.
I thought you liked Sleepy Kid at first.
What was that?
I thought you liked Sleepy Kid in his poncho at first.
Okay, at first his poncho was kind of cute. If he took off the poncho, ugly as fuck. Just everything, every face was disgusting. I'm sorry, like the main character, disgusting. Like, I can't look at it. The Wild West setting, once again, kind of fun, but I just hated everything about the way this was drawn. The song, annoying as hell. Yeah, it's like the hardest of things.
Yeah, I also didn't like anything about this production-wise either, so nay.
My thoughts are the same as Al. Meh.
The hand gestures mean nothing. There is no camera.
I'm gonna say meh, I think. It's very cartoony, but it's kind of cute. Especially if you like gelatinous woman.
I'm also gonna give it an A. I think the only thing I liked about this was part of the dub lines. Like, the stepmom, particularly, like, on his birthday, where she's like, yeah, and you don't need to go in a litter box anymore, and you don't try to destroy my furniture. Like, that was good, but, like, I'm gonna circle back. Why does he not have a nose?
It's so ugly, man. It's so ugly.
Also, like, when Cobalt Blade awakened, like, why... First, why did it, like, awaken and, like, kind of shift? But, like, why was the only thing that happened to it is it got those tacky-ass, ugly flame stickers in, like, pupils?
Bro, stickers are awesome.
So fucking dumb. The stickers in the flames is where it really started looking like Gundam SD. So no, fuck that shit.
Yeah, okay. So, moving into final thoughts then. Yin, where are your final thoughts?
Nay. I don't like much of anything about this, not gonna lie. Other than the setting was unique, the rest of the show was just like, it felt very much like it was geared towards like the smallest of children, and that's fine. I think that's fine. Kind of like it was fine with the Yokai Watch, but there was nothing. I feel like at least with Yokai Watch, some of the stuff like the yokai themselves appealed to me. I could not find a single thing about this that would appeal to me or make me want to watch more or anything. It was ugly as hell. I feel like if they would have just
given them like normal proportions,
yeah, maybe
it wouldn't have been as bad.
If they weren't just like a head on like a stumpy little body, I might have been okay with it. It was just ugly. I'm sorry. And yeah, the plot was okay, but nothing to keep me going. And I don't know, everything was just whack. I didn't like it. Just a nay.
Also a nay. I don't really think I need to explain myself. It just... The show made no sense and was everywhere all at once.
Hey, Al.
Hey, Kozi.
I have a quick question.
What, Kozi?
Can we knock 2 out in one go?
No, we can't, Kozi.
No.
Well, I didn't hate watching it. I liked most of it, at least in comparison to Bakugan, so I guess I wouldn't mind seeing another 3 episodes, I suppose. It's not a ringing endorsement, but it's more than what I could say about the other show, so...
Don't bring the comparison into it yet, though. There's a whole separate category for that.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, it's a meh for me. Final thoughts?
I'm gonna give this a light yay. I unironically enjoyed it a little bit. It is a lot to digest, but I think this tournament has just told me I have the palate and emotional capabilities of a baby.
It's important to realize.
Which is very funny considering you were the one who recommended Dokuro-chan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just a toddler, so light yay.
I'm also gonna be a nay here. I don't want to watch more of this.
Too bad.
I really don't want to watch more of it. It put me to sleep. If that is, like, any part of, like, how much I did not enjoy this. I passed out. Purposefully.
And she has not been sleeping the last, like, week.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you need to watch more Battle B-Daman to help you with your sleep.
I have not been able to get comfortable enough to go to sleep. I ignored all of that discomfort because I would rather be uncomfortable, in pain, unconscious than watching it.
Well, don't worry. Even if it doesn't move on, we're still gonna be watching more.
Okay, you can watch
Joey's
it at work.
living with me.
You can watch it at work. But again, really, give him a nose. Give him a nose. Also, like, I don't want to watch more racist caricatures. Like, it's pretty uncomfortable.
I was a meh here. I don't care whether this thing moves on or not. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I had a fun enough time watching it. Like, I wish I had more to say here. I really wish I had more to say about this
not a
fucking
good
show.
week.
Yeah, it's a bad week.
It was, this was a rough week
This is
all around.
trash all around.
I'm not even talking about the shows. Just a rough week.
Okay, in general, it's a bad week, but like,
Yeah.
also bad show week.
Yeah, man, it's the Ides of March or whatever. Did you guys remember to? Did you guys remember to leave out your cookies for Brutus?
Oh
No.
It's okay. It doesn't matter how many you put out. He'll only et 2.
Wow.
I got one chuckle.
No.
And that's
No.
enough for me. That's enough for
That
me.
was
We're moving
snort.
on. Hey,
We did
snort.
not
Snort
do-
is
we
in.
did-
Snort is in the range of chuckle. Let's throw it out there.
No.
All right, we're moving on. It's a meh for me, and we're moving on to the final battle. It's Bakugan Battle Brawlers versus Battle B-Daman. Chibi, you're leading us. Who gets your yay for plot?
I feel like whoever wins, we all
lose.
Pretty
That
much.
was the tagline to Alien versus Freddy versus Jason. That was it. That's something we could have watched.
Let's
Yeah,
just
I'd
give it
rather.
a nay, and we can watch, like, more Pokemon or something next week.
But they lost.
Yeah, I know, but
I genuinely did bring up to Yin. What do you think about dropping both of these, and then whoever's playing next week, we just do 2 weeks of them?
yeah, no, it feels like I enjoy Bakugan because I know where it goes, but it feels like you guys absolutely did not have a good time. And it doesn't sound like many people had a good time with B-Daman either. So, like,
No.
But we gotta keep the structure here. Otherwise, we would have dropped Monster Rancher and Yokai Watch, probably.
They were better than this, not gonna lie.
True,
Yeah.
but look, we gotta play fair
All right.
for the most part.
Fine.
Chibi, who gets your yay for plot?
Before I give my yay for plot, so you said the Ides of March for Brutus.
Mhm.
Our whole thing was we used to have to go on a scavenger hunt for chocolate coins from the Leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
Slight thing. Anyway, back to what we're actually talking about. Neither of these is good.
can I sidetrack us again? Can we
Okay.
have an Ides of March party next year where we play Stab the Caesar in the back? Where it's like
What if-
pin the tail on the donkey?
Oh.
Okay, but it's like a game of assassin where
Yeah.
you don't know who's going to assassinate you, and you got to assassinate like a specific person at the party.
Well, no. Someone ends up being Caesar, but they don't know who.
Interesting.
Then how's everybody else going to know who Caesar is?
Put
Just
something
gotta
on their
stab
back.
everyone.
Tape your name to the back. Like, whoever you get assigned.
So is everyone assigned one person, or is everybody assigned a different person?
It's like then you just all attack Caesar at once.
Yeah,
Well, we'd have Brutus,
it's gonna be pretty.
Cassius,
It's gonna be
Caesar,
pretty easy to
and then
figure
we've
out
got-
who Caesar
got-
is because he's gonna not have a knife.
and then we're all going to have to be whatever members of the Senate we were. 'Cause he
Look.
got
Yeah, and
stabbed
just
by
like,
a
you
lot of
gotta
Guys.
people.
stick like a sticky note
Guys.
on them or something.
Guys, as Cece would say, this is Patreon material.
This is
Let's discuss
Patreon
later.
material. Save it for the Patreon.
I don't think
Jimmy.
any of us wants to be doing this right now.
Jimmy, you've had too much time. Who gets
I
the plot?
abstain!
Just flip a coin.
Coward.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Can you check your present?
Okay,
code?
you abstain. You abstain. Moving on. Envy, who gets yours?
I'll just keep it simple. Beat him on.
B-Daman.
I'm gonna abstain.
It was like, there's no way we're going to get attacked. No, I'm going.
How's your system working now, Al?
It's working just fine.
What if we all abstain from the rest of the votes?
Then I decide who gets to move on.
I'm not abstaining. I know my picks.
I mean, it doesn't matter anyway, because, like, 3 people said B-Daman, so, like, does my vote matter?
Are you abstaining too?
I don't think it matters.
Alright, B-Daman wins plot. Cool. Moving on into characters. Envy. Who gets your yay?
B-Daman, because I didn't mind the main character in B-Daman, and I couldn't stand Dan, so...
Like a real 12-year-old.
You know what? I was 12, and maybe I was the exception, but I never acted that snot-nosed. So...
I did. Allergies.
Yeah, okay, I gotta give you that one. That was a good one.
That
But
all took us a second.
the
The blank stare I just got from Kozi, I was like, oh, that didn't stick at all, okay?
It's B-Daman easily for me.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say the same as Envy, same reasons. Give it to B-Daman.
Okay. Austerity. Bakugan pick there. It wasn't a totally unfair fight. It got one.
I hated everything about Bakugan, and I didn't hate everything about Beat-em-on, so I'm gonna go to Beat-em-on.
I'm actually gonna give this one to Bakugan.
Yeah, I will also give it to Bakugan, mostly because of the dragon.
Ty, moving on. Advertising, CC, go.
Advertising. Oh. B-Daman, I guess?
Okay, I'm giving it to Bakugan. I had them. I don't want to beat him on, so...
I'm giving it to Beat-em-on. They actually explain how to play the game.
The game is Gun. You don't need much of an explanation.
I think I disliked the advertising for both of these, so it's kind of hard. But I think overall, the Bakugan looked a little cooler, so I'm gonna give it to the Bakugan.
Can I abstain again?
Sure.
No.
No, they want to abstain, they can abstain. Envy?
Beat-em-on.
Beat-em-on, and Beat-em-on takes advertising. We move on now to production. Kozi, who you giving it to?
I don't like this anymore.
Just think about it like this. Get it over with, and then this week is over.
No, because then we had to watch them
Give me it to
again.
Bakugan.
Not for a couple of weeks, guys.
Give me it to Bakugan. You guys didn't like it, but the theme song slapped. Fuck you.
I'm giving it to Beat-em-on. It did not slap. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Alright. I didn't like either in terms of production, but I think Bakugan's animation was slightly less disgusting. So I'm gonna give it to Bakugan.
I agree with Yin. I will also give it to Bakugan.
Yeah,
Why
I think
are we making this so
I think
hard?
animation wise, Bakugan was a little bit better. So yeah, I guess I'll give it to Bakugan for this one.
Yeah, I concur. We'll give it to Bakugan.
Well, Bakugan wins production.
This
Okay.
isn't gonna tie us, is it?
Oh, we'll see what
I
happens.
don't know.
I'm leading us into final thoughts here, everybody. Final thoughts. So much to think. There's not a lot to think about. I'm going with Beat-em-on. It was the one that I hated the least.
I'm gonna abstain for now.
Okay.
My brain hurts.
There's no winning.
No! Skip me. Come back to me.
Okay, well, let's do the math here. So far we have
Don't math. Just choose.
Just go.
No,
And
just
just
go.
go.
Let me finish, damn it! I barely talked. Come on, let me talk. We have 2 wins for B-Daman right now, 1 for Bakugan, and 1 tie for both of them. So, I'm gonna pick B-Daman. I'm pretty sure...
I will say, we could go back and undo our abstains from character or plot,
That is true.
and we could just tie the whole thing up and put it down to a coin flip.
Cece, what do you say?
What's gonna bring us closer to a tie? It's enraging Kozi, and it's kind of funny.
To get a tie, we would have to undo our character, our plot choices.
This is overall, B-Daman.
I would say Bakugan. I really don't want to watch more B-Daman. I do think it would be funny if this week came down to another coin flip, so I will retroactively go back and give Bakugan for plot.
Did you give it to B-Daman originally?
No, I abstained.
Okay, cool. And are you also giving your final thoughts to Bakugan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Any other people who have abstained to anything want to go back and change anything? Or is everybody good where they're at?
Yeah.
Cool. So, B-Daman wins final thoughts. They win plot, advertising, and final thoughts. That's 3 out of 5. They win. They move on. And we'll face whoever wins next week. I'm hoping next week's better, everybody. I really am. On so many levels, I think it will be a better week. Because it wasn't this week.
It can only go uphill.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't we talk about next week? Because that's what we're going to be a lot more interested in discussing. So next week, I think at the very least we've heard of one of these. I've watched both of these shows and actually did enjoy them quite a bit when I was a kid. Next week, it's Beyblade versus Metabots. Anyone seen these or heard of these before? You've definitely heard of Beyblade at some point.
I had a Beyblade as a kid.
Beyblade.
Yeah.
Just Beyblade.
Let it rip.
Let it rip.
Are you sure we can't just throw both of these out and just do 2 weeks of Beyblades and Metabots?
That would not be fair to the spirit of tournament stuff, which
They're
anime
gonna
is
get crushed.
Then they'll get crushed as they should.
Or if it comes down to, what was the other one we wanted to get crushed? Yokai Watch versus Beat 'em
All right,
Up.
Yokai Watch is going up against Digimon. Who do you really think is going to win in that fight? Not to predict
I would
things, but I'm going to
actually be
predict
down.
things.
I would actually be down for Yokai Watch versus B-Daman.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, that's not going to be the final, but, because they're on the same side of the thing. But, Anywho, do we have any final? Oh, hey. Bakugan lost. Who's Masquerade?
Yeah.
It's Alice.
That's one with pigtails?
Huh. I did not
That's
see
the
that
orange-haired
coming.
one.
Legitimately did not see that coming. That's pretty good.
It was a really good twist.
I bet it was.
So how did she disguise herself?
Wigs.
Some shapeshiftery?
Yeah, that one's more
they're-
like magic bullshitty. She takes
gotcha.
off the glasses and her hair reverts to normal.
Oh, I thought they were just gonna be like, I wore baggy clothes and a pair of glasses.
She's standing on some
Blake,
stilts.
you really didn't see it coming. You really thought Masquerade was a guy. And then, they even go out of their way where she kidnaps herself. Kind of like a Lelouch moment.
Yeah.
They did a really good job with that reveal.
Interesting.
I
Yeah.
was shooketh.
Too bad none of us will ever see it. Anyway. Yeah, B-Daman wins. Come back next week for Beyblade versus Metabots! Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, check out some of our previous episodes, our daily gaming videos, or our parody series, Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!